Boy wants to grow taller every day. He stabbed himself in the thigh with a needle for 10 years. He did this. His mother was distressed and wanted to help. He said he could do it himself. Do you recognize him? This little man was Messi as a child. Who would have thought that this boy, born with dwarfism, would grow up to become a footballing legend? Little Messi used to go to football matches with his grandmother. The game was about to start. One of the players was late. The coach was desperate. Grandmother wanted young Messi to give it a try, but the coach didn't like the little Messi. How can a small, skinny man play football? Grandma has a good idea. Where did she go to play? The coach had no choice but to let him try, and so it was. Messi's first game of football began. The coach didn't have much hope at all, but to everyone's shock, the boy who was shorter than anyone his age, he was faster than anyone else, both with the ball and at speed. Soon after the opening goal, he scored with a couple of passes. The crowd applauded. The coach felt like he'd found a treasure, asking his grandmother to bring little Messi to training every afternoon. What many people don't know, Messi got involved in football because of his grandmother. Grandma was a football fan. He used to encourage little Messi. Oh, you may be in boss, as I said. In me, who got all the moondog. He was influenced by his grandmother. Messi loved football like his life depended on it. So every time he scores a goal, Messi would always point his hands to the sky to say goodbye to his grandmother's memory. He also lived up to his grandmother's expectations. Everywhere he went, he played with the ball at his feet. His talent and hard work make him unstoppable on the pitch. There's a crucial game today, but the door handle on the family toilet was broken. Little Messi is locked inside. He knocks on the door, but no one answers. He smashes the glass to get out of the window despite the danger. Then he ran in the direction of the pitch. By the time he reached the pitch, the team was already 2 goals down. The coach rushes to bring on young Messi. He only had 20 minutes left to play, but it was enough. Messi turned the game on its head. A series of crosses. He shot the ball on goal. He was the only one to save the game. He led his team to victory. As a prize, they each received a bicycle. Although Messi was a fish out of water on the pitch, but the game of football was bad. Every time they played the game, they were ritualistic. Before playing, they would put on their shirts, and Messi would choose the same one every time, and that was Barca's number 10 shirt. He wouldn't have thought then, years later, that this number would become his own, and that it would be the number that would bring him the greatest honor. And that's when he met his young friend's cousin, Antonella, his future wife. The young Messi's talent on the green field became more and more impressive. Whenever he appeared, he drew a crowd. Everyone wanted to see. Messi never hit the ground, but fate dealt him a blow. During a medical examination, the young Messi was diagnosed with a rare condition called growth hormone deficiency, also known as dwarfism. If left untreated, he would not grow taller in the future. These words came as a bolt from the blue, but little Messi had only one thing on his mind. So your bloody wonderful door. Even though the family was already struggling to make ends meet, his father decided to give little Messi the treatment she needed, regular growth hormone injections, for the sake of his dream of playing football. Little Messi became stronger and stronger. He was only 11 years old, but then, as fate would have it, an economic crisis swept through Argentina. His father lost his job, no longer able to support the high cost of treatment. The two teams on which they had placed their hopes, New York Old Boys and River Plate, the teams also rejected the father. In their opinion, there was no future for a man with dwarfism. The father tried every club he could, but none of them were willing to pay for Messi's future. But 2 years later, Barca offered the young Messi an olive branch for the dream. At the age of 13, the young Messi followed his father to Barcelona, but his small stature made him. He didn't fit in with the youth team. His teammates looked down on him. He was often joked about, but when it came to the field, the little man's talent amazed everyone. All the players and even the coach knew his name. Good yellows, Messi. Barca's gaffer saw the talent of young Messi, decided he was the footballer of the future, decided to cover all his medical expenses. With Barca's help, little Messi is growing up. He grew taller and taller. Although he didn't grow to be a giant, he reached a height of 1m7m. He was already taller than his idol, Maradona. At the age of 16, Messi's talent and hard work was promoted to the first team, but at this time the Argentine, the national team, didn't even notice Messi's talent. It was a chef who was with the team, spotted Messi's talent. He was highly recommended to the national coach, but he was met with disdain, and when the coach opened the video of Messi's game, he was completely dumbfounded. Whether it was speed, control of the ball, and shooting, Messi had shown a great talent. The coach rushed to call Argentina, explaining the situation. It took less than 40 minutes. The FA contacted Messi's father. The gold always shines. Messi has been in an Argentine uniform ever since, and his main battle is still with the Barca first team, even with his talent, but in the star-studded Barca team of the time, Messi was nothing yet. At 16, Messi was a marginal player until one man came along. Messi's situation changed forever, and that was the man who had become the most popular player in the world. He treated Messi like a brother. He brought him into Barca to enjoy football. Messi's first goal at Barca, he gave it to him. After the goal, Junior ran over and carried Messi like a brother. It was a scene that many fans will never forget. He was Messi's teammate at the time. He was also Messi's teacher. He was also his benefactor. From that moment onwards, Messi became a true first-team player. From then on, he rose to prominence. When Messi was 21, Junior left Barca.